Welcome, everyone. Thank you all for taking the time today to join together as a community to pray to God for world peace. We live in a time of worldwide turmoil, but also in a new digital age where we can all connect together to pray to God in a unified voice for peace within our communities, our country, and the world. We hold this World Peace Vigil today to ask God to create light where there is darkness, and send thoughts of compassion throughout the world so that we may all coexist in peace and harmony. Now let's begin. Let's all pray aloud together from our hearts as a unified voice, following the prayers as they are shown on the screen. May all who work for a world of peace and reason be granted the gifts of strength and courage. May the good that dwells within every human heart be magnified. May the blessings of truth and understanding be ours. May the love of God abide within all of us. And as we create and plan for tomorrow, may we do so with grace, wisdom, and compassion and love for all. Send thy peace, O God, which is perfect and everlasting, that our souls may radiate peace. Send thy peace, O God, that we may think, act, and speak harmoniously. Send thy peace, O God, that we may be contented and thankful for thy bountiful gifts. Send thy peace, O God, that amidst our worldly strife we may enjoy thy bliss. Send thy peace, O God, that we may endure all, tolerate all, in the thought of thy grace and mercy. Send thy peace, O God, that our lives may become a divine vision, and in thy light all darkness may vanish. Send thy peace, O God, our Father and Mother, that we, thy children on earth, may all unite in one family. O God, we pray for the power to be gentle, the strength to be forgiving, the patience to be understanding, and the endurance to accept the consequences of holding to what we believe to be right. May we put our trust in the power of good to overcome evil, and the power of love to overcome hatred. We pray for the vision to see and the faith to believe in a world emancipated from violence, a new world where fear shall no longer lead people to commit injustice, nor selfishness make them bring suffering to others. Help us to devote our whole life and thought and energy to the task of making peace, praying always for the inspiration and the power to fulfill the destiny for which we and all people were created. God, we ask that you open all our hearts to peace and healing between all people. For this we pray. We ask that you open our hearts to end exclusion, violence, and fear among all. For this we pray. Guide us to open our hearts to be spiritually one, both within ourselves and with one another. For this we pray. Take our hand and open our hearts to reconcile the differences which divide us from one another, and bring us back into the unity of love. For this we pray. Grant us peace, your most precious gift, O eternal source of peace, and give us the will to proclaim its message to all the peoples of the earth. Bless our country, that it may always be a stronghold of peace, and its advocate among the nations. May contentment reign within its borders, health and happiness within its homes. Strengthen the bonds of friendship among the inhabitants of all lands. And may the love of your name hallow every home and every heart. Blessed is the eternal God, the source of peace. May the strong thoughts of love we broadcast today possess the brains of the dictators and generals, that they may be filled with thy wisdom, and so desist from working toward the common ruin of humanity. bless them all. Bless all citizens of the earth, that they may establish a cooperative unity among all souls and live in a united world with the light of love guiding us. From the place of oneness in us all, our hearts unite for peace in the world. May peace manifest its mystery through grace. May the people and their leaders find solutions to benefit everyone equally. May the spirit of generosity and forgiveness move in and through the hearts of all people. May all involved direct their actions from love for humanity. We give thanks, knowing that this is now so. We pray to God to eradicate all the misery in the world, that understanding triumph over ignorance, that generosity triumph over indifference, that trust triumph over contempt, and that truth triumph over falsehood. God, we ask you to give us the strength it takes to listen rather than to judge, to trust rather than to fear, to try again and again to make peace, even when peace eludes us. We ask, O God, for the grace to be our best selves. We ask for the vision to be builders of the human community rather than its destroyers. We ask for the humility as a people to understand the fears and hopes of other peoples. Give us the depth of soul, O God, to constrain our might, to resist the temptations of power, to refuse to attack the attackable, to understand that vengeance begets violence, and to bring peace, not war, wherever we go. For you, O God, have been merciful to us. For you, O God, have been patient with us. For you, O God, have been gracious to us. And so may we be merciful and patient and gracious and trusting with these others whom you also love. This we ask through you, O God, forever and ever. Deep within the still center of my being, may I find peace. Silently within the quiet of the grove, may I share peace. Gently and powerfully, within the greater circle of mankind, may I radiate peace. As we near the close of our vigil, let's all take some time during the music to pray about the areas of world peace that are important to us personally. Let's close with a final prayer for peace. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow, to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. This concludes today's vigil. Thank you for joining. Go in peace.